Well, Mexico is South Africa's third largest trading partner, and that in Latin America and the Caribbean, with trade relations between the two countries growing at a steady pace. There's a noticeable development in the increase of diversification in goods traded. The main exports to Mexico are iron and steel products. And joining us for more on the relations between the two countries is the country's ambassador to South Africa, Hector Valezzi. Thanks so much, Ambassador, for joining us this afternoon. Well, let's get straight into the status of the trade and investment flow that we're seeing between Mexico and South Africa right now, and where that relationship really sits.
Well, let me just refer first to trade. I think that the trade has been boosting for the last 2 years. Let's say that in 2010 we reached a bilateral trade of $500 million or so, and now we are over $1 billion. And we have a deficit with South Africa, but fortunately we can handle it very, very well. So we really don't mind that we are buying more than we sell to this country. In terms of investment, I have to say that South Africa has a bigger investment in Mexico. It's around, we are speaking about $30 million in almost 30 companies. Our investment here in South Africa is not that significant. We have no more than 5 companies, but we hope that it will increase very, very soon in a good pace.
Ambassador, I'm just reading something from The Economist, which was sent to me this morning, and it's one of the startling facts that I've realised over the last 24 hours about your country. And let me read the paragraph to you. It says, America's 2 most populous countries are due to meet for a neighbourly chat in Washington, D.C. I think it's actually today. The re-elected Barack Obama and your new president-elect, Enrique Peña Nieto, have plenty to talk about. It says here, and this is the startling thing, Mexico is changing in ways that will profoundly affect its big northern neighbours. So your country is, according to The Economist, going to affect the world's largest economy unless the Americans start taking you seriously. For example, Mr. Barack Obama, President Obama, didn't mention Mexico once in any of his campaigning, and yet he talked about China 61 times. And I'm just saying maybe South Africa should also adopt this policy and start taking more note of the progress you've made.
Well, all campaigns are, they have their particular characteristics. I don't remember President-elect Peña Nieto mentioning the United States either during his campaign. We had the election on the 1st of July, and he won by a margin of 5 or 6%. He's taking over, his inauguration is this coming Saturday, and we have a lot of expectations about our bilateral relationship with the U.S. Talking about trade, we are now trading almost more than $1 billion a day with the United States, which makes our first partner, of course.
Of course, so when it comes to trade with South Africa, let's take a look at the work that you're putting in to up, the kind of trade that we're seeing, so that you're not just buying more than you're selling from the country, and that you're seeing more investment made into South Africa as well.
Well, I think that next year we will have a visit. Once the new government is in office, we'll have a promotional trip to Mexico. Also, my South African counterpart in Mexico is taking delegations, business delegations to Mexico, and the near future looks very promising.
Mm-hmm.
Ambassador, I just spoke to the CEO of Naspers, which is the biggest, South Africa's biggest media company and the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere, actually. And I said to him, are you in Mexico? Because I'm going to be speaking to the ambassador later on. He said, well, we are a little bit, but, and then he didn't, I don't think even he realised the extent of the growth that your country has achieved over the years. But one thing he did say, and I think this is something that maybe Mexico has to address, and of course you're trying to, and President-elect Nieto will do so, is the drug cartels and the extreme violence, because it seems to be something that does put off potential investors. Is that the case?
Well, I think it was the case, but as the Economist article says, it's changing. And it's changing because, well, we have had the organized crime for the last 6 years, and we have, of course, much more experience now. Maybe President Peña Nieto will change the strategy of that struggle and that fighting. But let me say that our reserves are improving, breaking the record every month. Trade is going well. Tourism is very good as well. We got about 23 million tourists last year. maybe it's going to be around the same this year, and but the strategy for sure will come. Now President Peña Nieto has presented an initiative to Congress in order to have the public security ministry with the interior ministry, and I think this is going to work very, very well.